Hello everybody, SlickFrame James here again. Today I'm doing a brand new interview, but this time not with Nintendo, this time with one of my other artists. Today we're going to be talking to Jason, A.K.A. Eternal Apprentice. Say hello, Jason.
Hey guys, what's up?
He is one of my newest artists. He is the guy who's currently drawing the emotes for SlickFrame, A.K.A. me. He's been doing a really good job so far, and I figured might as well let him come on the channel and tell us a bit about himself. And he's also joined in the background by his girlfriend, Rachel.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, so I guess to start off, how are you doing today, Jason?
You know what? It is a lovely day outside. We have been greeted by a lot of rain in recent times. We had snow earlier in the week, and now it's just a nice overcast day. It's not too bright out, which is great for my eyes.
I honestly, I could use some brightness right now. I live in Washington, and it's that time of year, just not very sunny lately. But that's what I'm used to. You said you're from Utah, correct?
Yeah, that's right. I'm from Utah, so it was actually pretty sunny earlier today, but it's in the afternoon now, and it's pretty overcast. That's how it is in Utah. It can change the weather pretty quickly.
It's very bipolar, just one or the other.
Oh yeah, we often joke that if you don't like the weather in Utah, just wait a few minutes.
Before I ask any questions, is there anything you'd like to tell us about yourself?
So hi, I am 25 years old. I was born in Utah, but I lived in California for about 14 years up from 2000 to 2014. Then I moved back to Utah because my dad got a new job as a financial advisor position.
How long have you been drawing for? Can you remember any of your first drawings?
So I started out drawing a lot of Mario stuff because I grew up playing Mario and I was kind of obsessed with it when I was a kid. I mean, who wasn't? My first game was Super Mario 64, so I more or less just drew Mario just kind of standing there. It wasn't really worth anything. The best I could do was like a couple of circles, some very weird noodle limbs, and these circles for hands and feet. So it was really, really... It was really bad. I started drawing seriously around the 5th grade, it was the 3rd grade when Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga came out, and that heavily influenced my art style back then, even if you can even call it a style. It was very bad.
Yeah, no, you're not the only one. So many people just cringe when they look back on their old artwork. I'm no exception.
Oh, you draw?
Oh, I have drawn before. I'm not an expert illustrator, but I took some illustration classes in high school. I took one in college. I can draw a little bit. Maybe I'll show you some of my drawings sometime. But right now the focus is you. This video is all about you. So I guess what software do you use to make your artwork?
So I use Clip Studio Paint. I basically got it back when it was called Manga Studio 5, but since it moved almost completely online, it has since upgraded its name to Clip Studio Paint, which honestly, it sounds a lot better in my opinion. I started with the base version, then when they did their yearly half-off sale, I basically just slowly upgraded to the next grade, and then I'm using Clip Studio Paint EX, which is the highest version, and it is expensive, but it's great if you can catch it on the half-off sale.
Okay, yeah, right now I use Adobe Creative Cloud, and it's about like $53 a month, and that can get pricey over time.
Yeah, that's why I prefer, I prefer Clip Studio Paint myself because you can pay it for it once, and then you're done, you keep it. I definitely don't like Adobe's practices, which is why I kind of steered away from Photoshop. Plus, Clip Studio Paint just has way more features, and it even has a strong community that is constantly creating new assets for you to use.
Okay. Yeah, Nintendo uses SAI.
Paint Tool Sci. That's what I started with, but I upgraded to Clip Studio.
Okay, yeah, I pretty much, I just use Adobe stuff, but I don't blame you for having the feelings towards Adobe that you have. Now, let's talk a little bit about your childhood. So, what kind of kid were you like? What were you like in school? Were you a huge introvert, and were you a big extrovert around like-minded people like me? What kind of kid were you like?
So I was a special case growing up. So I basically have Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. It's not quite autism. It's like on the very edge of the spectrum. But back then, I was very. I was given a lot of special treatment. I was known as the special treatment kid, where most of my friends were the teachers, and I was just well known. As I got older, I gained a bit more confidence, and I had a specific group of friends that I was pretty well known about. And back in California, I actually knew a lot of girls. Most of my friends are girls.
Oh.
I mean, like, it's not. I don't know. I just didn't connect with some other boys. With I don't know, like painting our faces or going camping. Like, I love camping, but I mostly just kept to myself during that time.
Yeah, I had when I was a kid, I had a fair amount of friends who were guys and girls. For me, it was really just as long as people had similar interests to me, I could get along with them. I didn't care if they were a guy or a girl.
Yeah, I totally get that. So if I were to describe myself as a child, I was more of an ambivert. I had phases where I was introverted and extroverted. It was always one or the other. So as I got older, I formed a better balance.
Yeah, it's definitely not as simple as, oh, you're only introverted or only extroverted. It depends on who you're talking to. It's not as simple, but yeah, I mean, there are people who are generally introverted or generally extroverted. It really depends.
Yeah, see, that's why I try to tell people, hey, don't slap a label on yourself and say you're only that, because people are way more complex than what your label says.
Exactly, I completely agree with you, dude. To get back to artwork, maybe I should have asked this question earlier, but are any of your friends and family artists?
So I have 5 younger siblings. I am the oldest of 6, and we are all artists on some shape or form. Like, my entire family is very well ingrained into the arts. My parents dance, and all of my siblings draw. They all draw in some shape or form with varying degrees of skill. I like to think that I'm on the lower side of the skill tree. With my brother Jared, out of my sisters, definitely Jenna is close to my skill level, but she's the youngest, so being surrounded by artists, she just picked up the techniques really quickly. Oh, and my girlfriend is also an artist as well, but she doesn't post as much as I do.
Eventually, just introvert thing.
Rachel, labels. Try not to use labels.
Do not give in to the labels, Rachel.
Oh, excuse me.
So would you say, is there any like sibling rivalry when it comes to who's the best artist?
Oh, absolutely not. Like, we all think we're the worst artist in some degree. So if there's any sibling rivalry, it's more like who's the worst artist rather than who's the best.
Which is all lies. They're all amazing.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen some of Rachel's artwork. I think her art is pretty solid as well.
Oh, absolutely. She's just been upping her skill by leaps and bounds, and I'm so proud of her.
Oh, that's really cool. I hope the next woman that I date, I hope we can have some kind of art that we both like to pursue. Like, maybe someday I'll date a fellow voice actor. But yeah, no. Artists are cool, man.
Yeah, like, as far as relationships go, just, find that common ground and really date someone who can be your best friend first. That's the best advice I can give.
All right, I guess this is a surprisingly deep subject for you and I right now. When did you start going by the name Eternal Apprentice? We were talking about this before we started. You were actually thinking of changing your username.
So, yeah, that's actually something that I've been struggling with for a while, but basically, I started my username as Nintendo Gamer 5000, which was, it was a very simple name. Like, I basically, I affiliated myself as being a Nintendo fan at the time, and I just liked the name 5000 because, all those amazing gadgets and machines like the Regurgitator 5000 or something like that. So when I chose the name Eternal Apprentice, that was probably somewhere around 2013 to 2014. I decided, you know what, I should not label myself as a Nintendo fan only, because I like other things. And I was trying to come up with something that would be like a better label for me as an artist, like a brand name. So, there's not a very happy reason I chose the name Eternal Apprentice. One, I wanted to go with the idea that, hey, I'm always learning, but then there was like a darker influence behind it. Like, I would never be a master of anything, so I'm an eternal apprentice.
Whoa.
So yeah, that's why I'm trying to change it, because I decided, you know what, I don't want that label anymore. I want to be someone who's confident in his abilities.
All right, moving on to the next question. So how has sharing artwork on the internet changed over the years? Like, how have DeviantArt and Tumblr, etc., how has that changed?
So, Tumblr and DeviantArt used to be the art-sharing platforms. They were amazing. You were, with DeviantArt, you had the ability to basically sort your favorites into specific folders, which I really enjoyed. And it really felt like that was the art channel that was made for artists. But as management changed and Wix bought DeviantArt, it just hasn't gone so well. So right now more people are leaving and kind of scattering, and a lot of people have gone to Twitter for art, but it's just not the same, because you just like and reblog. It's the similar problem with Tumblr.
Instagram and TikTok lately, though, I've noticed is very good with art. Just from my own perspective, I feel like that's definitely where a lot of artists have moved, is those two platforms.
Yeah, that's a good point, but at the same time, you know, it's like, I still can't sort my favorites like I can on DeviantArt, you know? I know Twitter has like a bookmark feature, but that's more for saving stuff like references for drawing stuff.
I guess the closest thing I could compare it to would be, I don't know, YouTube in 2006 compared to YouTube today. Like once something goes big business, it definitely changes in some way.
Yeah, a lot of one of the biggest thing that really changed is the community. People used to be so engaged with sharing comments, and now that it's gotten so inconvenient to even favorite things, they just favorite and move on. They don't often have anything to say about it, and that's where I feel DeviantArt really lost its spark.
People don't offer as much artistic criticism or thoughts nowadays. It's just a simple, like...
It's not even critiques, it's just even comments, like, people don't take the time to, because it's just become so inconvenient to. We're in a very fast-paced society.
Yeah, no, that's true. It definitely takes, like, my YouTube comments, like, most of the time I get people, you know, asking questions for Ask Mario, and also people who, just, like, people who usually write something short, but it's always, like, the longer comments where people say, hey, what you made here, I really like this, how you did this, I can tell you really thought about this and that, and it's like, oh, that really made my day. Those are the kind of comments I live for, where you can tell people really watched it and really put some thought into it.
Oh yeah, when they take the time to make a comment like that, it just makes my day. Always and forever.
That's why with episodes of Ask Mario, in the pinned comments, you'll always see me write something like, hey, what was your favorite part of the video? It's like, please give me those comments. I need them. I need to feel validated in my efforts, please.
Exactly. I need those comments, and I just need to see that feedback, because when you put hours into making something like Ask Mario, or even like a picture, and almost no one responds to it, it's very disheartening.
Yeah, no, everybody wants validation. Everybody wants recognition. So, who are your favorite artists? Are there any on DeviantArt that people might know of?
So, definitely Nintendo is one of my favorite artists. She has been a major influence on my artwork and my desire to improve, and I am still absolutely humbled that she considers me a friend. It's really amazing to be able to work with her on a project like this. To list some names that I know on DeviantArt, Blue Paint C, definitely one of my close artist friends. He is one of the guys who's been very patient with me and has helped me improve my work by leaps and bounds. I get to hang out with Dr. Crafty a lot, and while he doesn't post to DeviantArt anymore, he runs a very good YouTube channel, amazing speed drawing, and I just love his visual style. Let's see, who else do I know? There's also my buddy Tellybot on Twitter, who makes some amazing character designs. he just blows me away by his amount of creativity and his willingness to really think outside of the box.
I just want to say, within the past few months, I started watching Dr. Crafty. I think I've seen every episode, and yeah, I'm jealous that you get to, like, do you and Dr. Crafty, his real name is Alex, right?
Yeah, Alex Tansley.
So do you guys just have audio chats every now and then?
We don't audio chat as much as we should because he's incredibly busy and he's trying to work on the next season. I did get to play a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with him recently, though. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, I don't think I've ever played D&D, but man, just getting to hang out with him sounds really cool.
It will change your life, man. I've done it and I can't escape it.
You can't escape it? Oh.
Yes. She is way more of a D&D player than I am. I just like doing one-shots and fun comedic stuff, but that long, drawn campaign thing is just not for me.
Oh, yeah, but one thing not everybody might know is Dave and Tyler Foltz, the guy who plays Bowser on Ask Mario, he voices some characters on Dr. Crafty. He voices Jeddah of Jeddah and Jeddah Law Services.
Yes, you can call them at 666-666-6666.
I already know a little bit about what you're going to say here, but do you have any other hobbies and interests aside from drawing? I know you like to sing a little bit like me.
Oh, yes. Basically, I was actually classically trained by an opera singer back in California.
Okay.
Yeah, so it basically influenced the way I speak right now, where I kind of project my voice a little bit. I also really love playing video games, and I am interested in the prospect of creative writing as well.
Oh, okay. Do you have any, let's see, did you have any writing projects you want to tell us about?
You know what? I'm working on my original story called The Agency of Magic. But right now, I'm also, playing around with making my own fan children like how Monica did. And I'm not going to give anything away, like, right off the bat, but I am going to list the numbers. I gave Mario and Peach 3 kids, and I gave Luigi and Daisy 4.
Oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to have kids someday or not, but man, just the thought of having that many kids just drives me crazy. Like, oh.
Oh yeah, imagine living with them.
Yeah.
5 younger siblings, if you remember.
Let's see. Oh yeah, speaking of video games, what was your... Oh, actually, you answered this earlier. I was going to ask what your first video game was, but Super Mario 64, just like me.
That's right, and my next game after that was The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
So was the Nintendo 64 your first system then, just like me?
Oh, absolutely, and I also had a Super NES growing up. One of my favorite games to play on it was Donkey Kong Country. Absolutely loved Rareware growing up.
That's another thing you and I have in common. Donkey Kong Country 2 is one of my all-time favorite games. I never had a SNES, but I got to play it on Game Boy Advance eventually, and yeah, I envy you for getting to have a SNES.
Yeah, when they re-released that before they had a Virtual Console.
Yeah, dude, yeah. But yeah, no, Donkey Kong... Do you like the new Donkey Kong Country games, like Tropical Freeze?
They're okay. They definitely have a lot of the same difficulty, which I am absolutely happy about. I love having harder games because if I win it, that means I earned it.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of games nowadays just try too hard to hold your hand, and I'm not here for that, you know?
It probably felt weird playing as Dixie Kong in Tropical Freeze because she doesn't have the same ponytail move like in the original games.
Right? It's like more of a double jump than a glide, and it drives me crazy.
Oh yes, while we're talking about this awesome series, what are your all-time favorite series? Not just video games, but just series in general. Are you, I know you really like Sonic. Are you a part of any fandoms?
You know what? I grew up playing Sonic. I love The Legend of Zelda. Of course, I mentioned that I love Mario. But those are the ones I grew up with. I also love Dragon Quest, Doom, and let's see, what else is there? Oh, and Final Fantasy. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, so those have really stuck with me and really influenced my art style.
Okay, yeah, I saw you recently, a couple days ago, you drew a picture of Link with the Dragon Ball Z style face.
Yeah, I was actually using Dragon Quest as a reference rather than Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay, my bad. See, I wouldn't know.
See, they're the same art style because they're done by the same artist, so kind of hard to, kind of easy to mistake the two.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I just learned something new today. All right, let's see. What about, like, what are some of your favorite stories? Like, these include books, TV shows, movies, video games. Like, do you have any video games in which the story is, like, your favorite part? Like, for me, I really like the story of The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, I really love the story of just the Zelda games up until Breath of the Wild. Every Zelda game has always just been a delight. It's always been, like, I know that you voiced to me that you're glad that they kind of broke away from the traditional formula, but it's what they did with that formula that really, helped sell how amazing the games really were, especially with the lore. Like, I've watched so many Zelda theory crafters on YouTube, not game theorists, by the way, actual theory crafters. And it's just so amazing to see how deep they can dive in and just really uncover just how deep the lore is. And as for other games, I grew up playing Sonic during the adventure up until the Colors era, and honestly, I just looked forward to every Sonic game just to see how cool the story was.
Yeah, talking about Zelda, I will say, even though Breath of the Wild is probably my favorite Zelda game, the story is not the strongest part, and it's because of the open-ended nature of the game. So, but that must have been a challenge to put together anyways.
Yeah, they really rely on the player's interpretation, and it's not for me. I prefer, like, having an actual concrete story, and although I love the characters, like, the champions are amazing, I freaking love Daruk, it's just not for me. I prefer actually experiencing the story head-on, which is why I prefer Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity more.
Aside from working on the artwork for my videos, do you have any projects you're planning on doing?
So I mentioned that I'm working on the Agency of Magic, which is my own original series, but I mentioned that I wanted to do my own YouTube channel, and I'm tossing up between it being a Let's Play channel or me, doing a channel similar to Dr. Crafty, where it's a speed art channel, but with like character commentary and a story behind it.
Oh, I guess before I ask the next question, one thing you've done some voice acting too. You said that you voiced Pit in some videos?
My buddy Blue Paint C, he wanted to do his own mock-up of Palutena's Guidance for when Banjo-Kazooie dropped, so I actually went ahead and voiced Pit for him. I really just kind of got into it, and I really went bananas with the part!
Nice, not bad. Yeah, no, you have a very distinct voice, I gotta say. This is actually the first time I've ever heard your voice before. Up until now, we've just been talking through text. And yeah.
Yeah, I've been told that I have a really distinct voice. I think I have a very annoying sounding voice, but people tell me different every time.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have. Maybe because I know you this long, but whenever I hear a recording of you, I'm like, yep, that's Jason. Yep, that's him. You just have I don't know how to put it. Your voice is just very unique.
Yeah, it's distinct. That's what it is.
So, what has it been like drawing SlickFrame at this point? I asked you to mimic Nintendra's art style since originally she was the one drawing him. Honestly, you're kind of her savior in a way. You're leveling out her workload a bit. But yeah, what has it been like so far?
So it's certainly been a challenge, especially with mimicking Nintendra's art style. She is certainly a much more experienced artist than I am. But I kind of rose to it, Since this'll help me give me practical experience for, like, getting into a professional field, it's really been a fun experience. I have cut a few corners a bit where I basically just, I keep reusing the same head over and over, as you'll see in the footage here. But, I had to make some changes to the drawing because, James over here had some comments about how he wanted it to look.
Oh, are you talking about the current footage that they're seeing on screen right now? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So yeah, you're gonna see me basically just replace the head with the one asset that I've been using the whole time. And yes, it's a little cheating, but it's an asset that I and Monica created for the same project, so it's okay.
Yeah, no, I honestly don't think it's cheating. I think that's the smart thing to. Sometimes it's better to work smarter, not harder.
You got to work smarter, not harder, lad.
Scrooge McDuck. Alright, this is me Scottish accent, and it doesn't sound at all like Scrooge McDuck. I'm gonna move on to the next question before I embarrass myself.
Oh, you already did. That's a Cockney accent.
Oh, God, yeah, that was. Oh, Okay. So, moving on. The next characters you're set to draw are the princesses, the Mario princesses. I bet you're looking forward to that because you'll be able, even though you'll still be imitating Monica's art style, you will get to put a bit of your own flavor into it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm very excited to be drawing the princesses because they are actually pretty difficult for me to draw normally, but I need the practice because I'm going to be drawing them a lot. So, yeah, if I can get the practice I need, then I think I can do a pretty good job.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing it. It'll be nice to, even though you'll still be imitating somebody else's art style, you'll probably have a little bit more freedom, right?
Oh yeah, definitely a lot more freedom, especially in the process. Like, there is a way that Monica tends to like draw Peach and Daisy's hair that I try to do a little bit differently, because she tends to go more towards the 2D art style, whereas I try to mimic the 3D art style a bit more. So it's going to be interesting to try and meld those two together.
All right, so I guess the final question we have here is, so what do you see yourself doing in the future? Do you have any goals or dreams that you'd like to make a reality? Any plans for the near future?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. So I'm not going to talk about like in my personal life, but in my career, I'm going to try and advance in the new job that I've secured at a bank. Not going to say which one. I'm also going to try and get my YouTube channel off the ground. So if I try to push out any content, whether it be Let's Plays or speed draws, I want to do a good job.
Yeah, no, if you're going to do something, might as well put in the effort and do it right.
I mean, I don't know if I'm entertaining at all. I doubt it. The best I can do as far as entertainment goes is I make dumb puns. That's it.
And it's annoying sometimes.
You know my puns are genius.
Genius is a strong word.
I like the way you said that. You know my puns are genius. That might be a character I might hire you for to voice act someday. Only when you have time, though.
All right.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised we went this entire video interview without any puns happening.
I guess you could say that was pun intentional.
Oh my god. Okay, you know, that one was okay. That one wasn't half bad. Jason, why don't you tell us where people can find you? Where can people see your artwork?
So you guys can see me on my Twitter and my DeviantArt profile. I'm looking to get an Instagram soon and maybe a Tumblr.
But yeah, go check out his work on DeviantArt. He has a lot of awesome fan art. In fact, he recently drew this cute picture of him with a Yoshi making egg puns. If you like egg puns, then that's absolutely your thing.
They're quite excellent.
Yeah, what about you, Rachel? Do you want to do any plugs?
So my art things are complicated. They haven't been updated in a while. I'm going to do better, but basically I have an Instagram and a DA. They're both under the name. We'll put them here, I guess, on the screen. I am looking to get a Twitter soon and try to do better with posting. I think like the last picture I posted on DA was like in 2019, I think.
Yeah, she has gotten a lot better since then, so I apologize if you go there and you're disappointed.
Oh, I'm not disappointed. It was just a certain time for me. But I promise I'll do better.
Nah, don't listen to her. I've seen her DeviantArt, and I especially like the one with the I can't remember. Is this lady in a pond and she's wearing like rainbow clothing?
Oh yeah.
It's rainbow hair, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that, and that one stuck out in my memory.
I'm making another picture of her, actually, so I might post that soon.
Oh, awesome. Cool beans. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. For more content on my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted on any future work that Jason will be working on. I'll be sure to link his future YouTube channel when he eventually works on that. Any final thoughts, you guys?
You know what? Final thoughts. That's a good question. My final thoughts are, I like my eggs boiled, but not hard-boiled. Soft-boiled is really good.
Don't do drugs.
I agree. Those are two very good pieces of advice right there. All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will talk to you later. Look forward to more artwork from Jason on Ask Mario in the coming future. See you guys later.